Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is a BMW 328i. I bought this BMW with one purpose. Then this is going to be the euros vehicle. The reason why I bought it is because I wanted a car to represent my channel, and why not a F30? A F30 will be a good choice to represent my channel. Today I'm going to tell you how did I inspect this car, so that way you are going to inspect a BMW if you are going to buy a used BMW. I bought this BMW for $8,500. It has 130,000 miles and it's a clean title. So I'm gonna tell you what I did, so that way if you are in the market for any BMW, this is what you have to do when you are buying a BMW. So the most important thing to inspect on a BMW, it has to be the interior. It is not because the components on the interior. I mean, you can see this interior looks clean, but it's very important that you inspect that. But the reason why I say the interior is because this is what you need in the interior of the vehicle, a scan tool. This is needed when you are going to buy a BMW. It doesn't matter what type of BMW you're buying. So if you don't have access to this, it's very important that if you have a friend, a mechanic, or someone that has access to a scan tool like this, or a smaller, or anything that can give you information about the components of the vehicle, it's very important that you take it with you. That way you can inspect the vehicle components. That way you can prevent so many problems. This is the best way to inspect a BMW. So let's go to the vehicle. You get the big number right here. So let's continue here. The engine computer is going to be this one right here. So what you want to do right here is to go to codes. Right here, click on codes, and you're going to see the message. For example, there is no message over here. Everything is fine. That's what it says over here. Everything is fine. So if you have a code, it's going to appear over here, a code that was active before, or that is active but the computer is not telling the check engine light to stay on. It's going to appear over here. That is important to check it. Something else that is very important to check with the computer is the emission monitors. The emission monitors are the ones that are going to tell if the vehicle is ready for a smoke suspension, or there is or the previous owner or the person that is trying to sell the vehicle to you didn't delete any codes, because some people, that's what they do. They delete the codes, so that way the check engine light goes away and you cannot see it, right? So that way when you come and buy the vehicle, you want to see that there is no check engine light on. So you can prevent that by reading the monitors. It's going to be here there. So when click on this one right here, and you can see here, monitors completed, signs DTC cleared. So when we get here, you want to have at least a monitors then the vehicle is equipped with. See this one, it says test completed, test completed, test completed, and when it says not supported, that means then it is not, the vehicle doesn't have it. So you want to check, then everything says then it's complete. See complete, and it says no support. Don't worry, when it says no support, that is not a problem. See, no support, no support, that's okay. So if the vehicle says not completed, not complete, that means then the codes were deleted, and it's possible then the check engine light can come back on. That's right, it's very important to check this. Other electronic components that are very important to check when you are going to buy the BMW is the transmission. The transmission is very important to see, the anti-lock brake system, and the airbags. These four components are very important: the engine, transmission, anti-lock, and airbags. Why? Because with the airbags you can know if the car has been crashed or something, because anybody can cut the dashboard in a way then the airbag light doesn't come on anymore. And the anti-lock is very important, and the transmission, to see how the transmission is. So we click on the transmission and check if there is any cuts with the transmission, which is going to be very important, and we have no cuts. That is good. Anti-lock brake system, and we check if there is any cuts. See cuts, and there is no cuts. The last thing will be the airbags. See the airbags, Let's check if there is any cuts, and there is no cuts. That is good. So if you are inspecting a car and a car has all these components in a good condition, that means then the car is in a good condition. Electronically, all the electronic components are in a good condition, but that doesn't mean that the mechanical area could be in a good condition. That's the reason why we're gonna do an inspection outside the vehicle. What we're gonna do over here is to lift the hood and just check the engine components, check for leaks. You have to go on there, just have to go on there and see if there is any leaks, visual leaks, you know, coolant leaks, oil leaks, anything else. And we have the engine right here. On the engine area, all you have to see is for hoses that are not broken, belts that are in a good condition, piping that is okay, nothing that looks off, connections, see this wiring that is fine, everything like that. That's pretty much all you have to do. I mean, like, you have to test drive the vehicle. Once you test drive the vehicle, you're gonna notice how the transmission is working, how the engine is working. And the engine inspection is something that is super hard, because when it comes to the engine inspection, you will notice some of the problems, because if the problem is visible, you're gonna notice it. But some of the problems are going to happen only when you are driving or when the vehicle is running for a long time. So that's the reason why when it comes to the engine, it's very tricky, because you are not able to lift the vehicle. In this case, we have a lift, and we're gonna lift it up to show you how this car looks. After I did a little inspection, but I made sure to inspect liter by liter, but we're gonna go on there to check it out truly. But I know for sure that you won't be able, because the owner of the car won't allow you to take it to a repair, to a shop, so it can get inspected, because it's a used car. What do you expect, right? So but that's the things that you're gonna inspect. The most things that you're gonna inspect is right here, exterior. You can remove the cover and see if there is any leaks on the valve covers, no misfire. So that means that, if you already checked the computer, the internal computer, that means that there is no electronic components that are bad, but still you have to check mechanical things, right? As I said, all leaks, belts, hoses, pipings, tanks. There are things that you have to do no matter what. But anyway, what I want to do right now is to come over here to the side, inspect the brakes, check the brakes in a good condition. In this case, these brakes are low, but that's not a big deal. So we have the tires in a good condition. The same way to the rears, we have to check the rear brakes in a good condition. It looks like they were replaced. You can clearly see that the brakes looks in a good condition. The same way to the rear tires, you have to inspect them. There are things that are going to be bad on the vehicle no matter what, because it's a used vehicle, but you don't want like broken body panels and stuff like that. I'm for sure you're gonna have probably a light that is broken, probably a crack over here, a crack over there, things like that. They are going to be bad, and that is normal. That is something that you want. You don't have to be picky about it, because it's a used car. So that's why I'm telling you, you have to just make sure that there is no cracks, nothing. So that is pretty much all you gotta do. And after that, if the vehicle is in a good condition, that means that this vehicle is ready for purchase. As I say, this is the way I did, because I cannot lift the vehicle up. But I try to do as much as I can to do an inspection. So right now what I want to do is lift the vehicle, check it under, and see how it is after, because that's something that I didn't do before, but now we want to do it. And that is something you have to do after you purchase the vehicle. You have to take it to a shop to get it inspected to see what other problems you can find. We have the vehicle up, and this is just to show you how the vehicle is, because as I said, we inspected and the car was in a good condition. How you can tell that the car was maintained in a good condition is because you have all these covers. See, we have all the covers, and that is very important. That means that the person of the previous owner that used to be working on this vehicle did good care of the vehicle, and that is very important, because you see we have all the covers, and that's nice. We have everything there. we have everything here, and that means then this car was maintained properly. We have the components over here, control arms, they don't look abused. This is a 328, so you don't expect that much power, not like 335s or 340s. So everything over here is going to be okay, because they use pretty much the same power, but with the same chassis. I can see a little crack over here in this control arm. You can see a little crack over here, but that is completely normal. Nothing to be surprised. That's completely wear and tear of the vehicle. We have here the other control arm, and looks just the same way as the other one. It has some wear and tear, which is normal. So that is completely normal. I mean, nothing to be surprised on the condition of the car for the price and everything. But remember, this is something that you won't be able to do when you buy in the car unless the owner agrees to do that. Some owners of the cars, they are going to agree to do this. Probably they're going to tell you, you know what, we can take the car to a shop, so that way you can inspect it completely under, and that way you can see if the vehicle is in good condition. And that is very important. If you get the chance to do that, it's worth to pay $200, $300 to inspect the car thoroughly, so that way you know if the vehicle is going to be in a good condition. Now, if we go to the back, we are going to see that we don't have that many components at the front, because we only have the drive shaft, pipings, differential and everything. But the same way as the front one, it has to be all dry. No problems here, no problem there. Just because the car is in a good condition doesn't mean that it won't have problems. So that's why it's very good then you inspect it after you purchase it, so that way if there is anything that needs to be fixed, you fix it, or just maintain just for to prevent any problems. In this case, this car doesn't have that many things, but still we're gonna do some repairs, and we're gonna talk in another video and the things that you have to do after you buy the car. But anyway, I guess this is all I'm going to be showing you. You have the full walkthrough on how you have to inspect the car. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am not saying that this is all you have to do, because you won't be able to do this. You won't be able to go under the car unless the owner of the car that is trying to sell the car, the current owner of the car, allows you to do that. But if the owner doesn't allow you to do that, well, I mean, you have to do your best to actually check it thoroughly. But up to right now, this is all. I guess I tried to cover as much as points about this specific topic than is a vehicle inspection when you're trying to buy it used. But if I didn't cover something, then probably you think that needs attention, use the comment section below, and you can leave anything about it, so that way other people that is looking for these specific problems, they can get it for your comment or because of the opinion that you had. Anyway, if you want to support my channel, be sure to check the description of the video. I have details how to support my channel. Creating content like this requires money, and I'm going to help you saving money. But if you can contribute to my channel, that is going to help me. But if you don't want to, subscribing to the channel and liking the video is going to be more than enough. So stay tuned for the next video, and thank you for watching.